Alright, so people, today we're gonna learn another subform for the factors. So, hold up. So, we have factors, then we have decimals, and lastly, we have percentage. So you can think of this as the first generation, second generation, this is the third generation. This is basically what I like to say is the grandchild of factors. So let's give you guys an example so you guys can actually, it's easier if we give an example rather than, straight up guessing. So we're going to take a factor. 25 on 100. Change it into a decimal, we get 25/100th. Change it into a percentage, you get 25%. So how does a percentage work? Well, it's pretty simple actually. So this, we can just write it as 1/4 if you want to. Go down, we get 0.25. And then we take the decimal, all right? We take the decimal, we multiply it with 100%. So you'll get 25%. So, it's practically, pretty simple actually. But let's give you guys a math problem so you guys can figure it out yourselves. So let's say there's these three friends, all right? These three friends, they had a packet of gummies, and they did a game, and then they split on how many times they won. So, Eve over here got 37 out of 100 of the total prize. And then there's Dell. He got 0.25% of the prize. And here, Jeremy got, the rest of the prize, which is hold on, let me calculate this. I'm not good at math. My math, I'm not good at that. Got 42%. So how much percentage did Dell and Eve get compared to Jeremy's? So as we know here, Jeremy got a 42% of the prize. Dell got 0.25 and Eve got 37 on 100. So we need to change it all into a percentage to actually figure it out. So Eve as a factor, change it into a decimal, and we get 0.37. So you get 0.37 of the prize. Multiply with 100, you get 37%. So now we have Jeremy and Eve with a percentage. Only Dell left. So this amount, we calculate up 37 plus 42. 37 plus 42, we get 79. So I'm going to have to reconsider that. So, he has 0.21. Multiply with that with 100, and you get 21%. So, yeah, you basically figured out the problem. All right? Eve, 37% of the prize. Dell, 21% of the prize. Jeremy, 42% of the prize. Now, of course, this is definitely not a real life scenario because nobody can split a prize unevenly like this. This is just wrong. Like Dell could have done most of the work and still got the least, or Jeremy Jeremy did no work at all but still got the most, it's unfair. It might be. So usually team groups, that's why there's no, team groups with 3 people, because, prizes are hard to split if the prize, if the people doing it, the numbers are odd, because, nobody likes odd numbers. Ugh. Hold up, give me a moment. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry for that little interruption because I definitely had to clean my towel. Now, back to the lesson. Alright, back to the lesson. So, you've gotten a pretty big deal on a percentage. Now, you need to know there's a percentage. 1% is the lowest percentage. But you can go under that. You can go below it. Alright? So, we have 0. You don't really write 0. You just write dot 37 percent. So, how are we gonna find the decimal for 0.37%? Right? It's not easy. Alright? So, 37% equals 0.37. So this would instead equal to 0.037, 37 hundredths, which is a large downfall. So, yeah. Decimals, percentages, pretty hard to grip. But once you get the hang of it, it's easy. So, yeah. Bye.